Hello physical fiends, it is Jordan here with some just announced physical releases. These are games that have recently been announced, they are not releasing this week, and as always I don't do limited game pre-orders since they're always covered in Monday's video. There's no point repeating myself, so let's take a look at what's recently been announced. Hela Harmony Edition is getting a physical release on Xbox and PlayStation 5. Sadly, on Switch 2, it is a game key. Hela no. This is a pretty sweet looking upcoming game that's another one starring mice. I thought we'd finish that phase. And it is a 3D co-op adventure game that can be played in single player, but the focus is on you and your mate being rodents together. And it seems to be a game about being nice, which is not what I've been to mice. The 2 times I found them in my old apartment, they probably thought I was quite rude. But this is looking good and it's coming sometime this year. There's no proper date for it yet. 1000 Resist is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge, as a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, meaning it will play on your original Switch as well. Now this is great because it is a very well regarded indie game. I did play it for about 5 minutes when I was helping a certain company scout for games. Personally, it wasn't what I was looking for at that moment in my life, but it's got absolutely immense reviews from people who actually have taste. This is a sci-fi adventure game. I'd personally call it a walking simulator, hence why I didn't care for it much at that time, but if you give it more time than myself, you'll find an excellent narrative that unfolds in a very satisfying way. Overwhelmingly positive reviews on this, and the physical is coming March the 12th next year. And if you want to order it or any of the games included in this video, then please consider using the links down below in the description and pinned comment. As always, I've linked to a few stores where applicable, and any purchase made via a link helps support me and this channel in the best way possible. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Pretty Girls Game Collection 5, yes, it's back, it's alive. Nintendo has not closed the door on this saucy series of simple but tissue-heavy games. This pack contains 4 more games in the Pretty Girls series. It has Escape Plus, Klondike Solitaire Plus, Pop Match, and 4 King Solitaire. It is a mix of card and puzzle stuff, and unlike the digital release, this physical will include exclusive nutty content for being a good boy or girl at winning the game. It is a European exclusive physical on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch, but VGP will be stocking it as you'd expect for the thirsty North Americans out there. It's releasing November the 6th. Stupid Never Dies is getting a physical release on PlayStation 5 on October the 21st. I think I remember this getting announced at the Game Awards, something like that, and it looked okay, almost trying a bit too hard to be zany and personality filled. It is a 3D brawler, almost like a Dynasty Warriors game, mixed with Souls-like boss battles, and it's trying to get down with the kids, and to be fair, I'd have probably wanted this as a teenager. Alright, let's take a look at some recent import announcements. These are games that so far only have an Asian or Japanese physical release, with English unless otherwise stated. But since there's always time, keep in mind a Western physical could be announced at any point really, and if you want to pre-order any of these, you can do so via VGP and PlayAsia, who if you click my PlayAsia link, you can get 5% off with my discount code Jordan2026. Grim Trials is getting a physical release in Asia on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge, and it will play in English. This game very recently released digitally. I wouldn't say to huge critical acclaim, but it has been well received. I mean, it's another Hades wannabe, but done well according to the handful of people who have played it since yesterday. It does have one thing up its sleeve, and that is crafting, so if you're into another overdone gameplay feature, well, this has got you covered. Sorry, I'm tired. I've not slept in 2 days and I'm travel exhausted. Come on, be positive, Jordan. It's coming September the 24th. Ninja Baseball League Man, bases loaded. Hell yes, this is easy to be positive about. It's coming physically in Japan on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge. Oh yes. Now, 2 things before you start tapping your phone or your laptop with your bank card. Firstly, English is not 100% confirmed. It is extremely likely but not confirmed. And also, there is a semi-decent chance this could get a Western physical. The publisher has worked with many Western publishers before. But either way, I am stoked about this. I don't really like beat 'em ups all that much, but Ninja Baseball Batman, that was always a classic, just from the personality alone, and I believe this is a remaster of that game rather than a sequel, and it's using its Japanese name rather than the weirdly translated Western one. Because let's face it, we all thought it was Batman playing baseball, but no, they are men with bats. Of the wooden kind. There is a new playable character, and now you can have 4 players at once, and there is an arranged mode with things, well, rearranged. It has new stages as well, and new music if you want it. Hell yes, December the 10th for this Japanese release. PuPu's Adventure Park is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch, and it is another Leoful special because it's a game from Happy Player and it's being announced and released within a very short period, September the 24th. Not quite the awesome week or two they normally give, but that's fine. And this is a management simulation game where you build an adventure park and then you send people on adventures. This is only releasing physically in Southeast Asia, and it will play in English, so it will be another import curiosity. Psikyo Collection Volumes 1, 2, and 3 pack. A quick mention to this popped up out of nowhere and is being sent out super soon. In fact, it's probably going to be in Monday's video, but PlayAsia, without any fanfare whatsoever, have another exclusive physical. And, well, okay, it's not technically a new exclusive. The games have been released worldwide already, but now you're getting a convenient and mildly affordable triple pack. So you can get the 3 full volume Psikyo shooters on the Switch in one together. In the West, they did come in 2 volumes, but it's the same amount of games in total. Asia got 3 volumes out of it, and yeah, this triple pack with a nice cover sleeve does seem pricey. However, you'll also find that prices of any of the previous releases, whether it be the Western ones or the Asian ones or the Japanese ones, the prices are going up. Good luck getting all the games together for cheaper than this. I love the Psikyo shmups, one of the more pick up and play arcade shmups around. Gotta love Gunbird. Alright, before we move on to the reprints that I want to talk about, I do want to point out that this weekend, VGP are having a lovely 10% discount on all in-stock limited run games releases. All of them, at least that's what they've told me. So that means it's including the most recent shipment, which almost never happens. It also means the collector's editions, retro game repros, the lot. I have linked the full lineup of limited run releases that are in stock at VGP down below. I've made videos like this before with my personal recommendations, but the latest stuff like Capcom Arcade Stadium, they're eligible, Fear Effect 2, Formation Z, a Switch 2 title. Go have a look, I've linked them all down below. 10% off, so make the most of it. Alright, the next stuff, they're not exactly brand new releases or even new announcements, nor are they big enough for their own dedicated video, but I think they're worth bringing up to make people aware of them. I'm pretty sure some people will be happy about me mentioning them because PNP Games, I've linked them below. I mention them from time to time, but they are doing something pretty sweet right now. Yes, reprints. They've got 3 nice reprints available to order right now. Ruiner is probably the big one. They've got a reprint on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. This cover version they're selling is actually rarer of the two. You almost can't find it for sale. The other version is selling for $60 for a brand new copy on Switch, and the PlayStation 4 version is way more expensive, whereas this reprint will only cost $32. Now there is a Japanese version that is much cheaper, but that does not have English. The game itself is rather well thought of. It's from Devolver Digital, so it must be good. A brutal action shooter from a top-down perspective. Downwell, another Devolver Digital title. This is only physically on Nintendo Switch, and it's actually incredibly difficult to find a sealed standard edition of this game. Plenty of the overpriced collector's editions for like $100 or something, but just the game itself, literally only one sold, and that was like $60, which is crazy for such a simple game. A really good one, but it's hard to stomach those prices for something so simple. Thankfully, PNP games are quite a little bit cheaper. Mother Russia Bleeds, this one is on Switch and PlayStation 4. This one is a bit less rare on Switch, at least in terms of pricing. PS4, a bit of an unknown. The limited run cover version is being asked for crazy money. While there's not really like a benchmark for this cover version, maybe it means it's rarer but less sought after, I don't know. This is another ultra-violent game that if you need more of that in your life, who doesn't need that? And there we have a bunch of new announcements and new reprints. What was your favorite announcement in this episode? Let me know in the comments below, alongside your thumbs up. If you want to pre-order any of these, then please do so with the links below. If you're new here, subscribe, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.